Welcome. My name is Carl from Ace Trading Club. And man, do we got a lot to cover today. It is earnings season and stocks are moving. But before I get going, I want to invite you to join Ace Trading Club. There's a link right here on the screen and in the description below. Tell you how to join. It's free to join. Yes, we have a paid membership where you get my exact entries and exits and thesis on trades that we actually take that day. So let me just show you what took place yesterday. And I said, wow. Yesterday or today was a true reminder of what Ace Trading is all about. It's discipline, it's execution, and it's growth. We took our first trade in Tesla first thing in the morning. We had an entry at 287. We got out at 294. Massive move, $7 gain. We took that. We love it. Another banger. But guess what? As the stock came in, we got in a little early. We just bought that. It was a lesson that we all need to remember and to learn from and grow. Because I tell members every day, FOMO is real. You have to remember that. You have to trade the levels. You have to trade the emotion, keep your emotions in check. And you have to let the trades come to you. So we got in just a little bit early, right? And we had a chance to take a small loss of 50 cents, okay? But what did we do? We held it. And then went further and further and further down. We had to average into the trade. And this is what I tell members. A large loss started off as a small loss. So leave it there. When it's small, take it, get out. Don't fall in love with a position. You're not married to any position when you're day trading. Just get in, get up, get out. If it's not working for you, get out. Make it a small loss and just move on to the next trade because there's so many trades to be had. But we had to manage this trade. We had to trade it all day and hold it on it all night. Eventually, we got the bounce, but we got out. But then we took a trade on Palantir. We took a trade first thing in the morning on Palantir. That was another winner too. So all in all, we were 3 for 3 on the day. But one trade was very hard. I always tell members it's not a hard trade, it's a long trade. And so yesterday was a long trade, and it took all our patience. And members still made money. Let me just show you a little bit right here in the shout out of the winning trades. So we have Francis here. He's new with us here, and he's been trading with us for about a month now. But what a fun day. You know, he got in the first Palantir trade in this AM, which got him 50% of his daily goal. 50%. He hit his daily goal in that one trade. Okay. And then missed the first Tesla trade. Unfortunately, he missed the first Tesla trade, which would have got him over 100% of his daily goal. So he decided to get it on the second party. And that one, that one was a tough one. We saw what happens there. Averaged down twice on the levels that I gave out, called out to manage the risk, which made it a little less painless on the rally back up. Was ready to swing it into today if he had to. But again, I'm walking you through. I'm holding your hands through the trade. I'm giving you my thesis, my thoughts on the trade. We are in this thing here building brick by brick every single day. So that was a great lesson for him, great lesson for members. And down here, we have the live trading room. So come check us out. Link is on the screen. But enough of that. Let's just see how can we make some money today. Who gives a crap what took place yesterday? I don't care. It's over. It's done. Let's focus on today, okay? So here, what do we have right now? Let me just show you the QQQ. Let me make the screen a little less busy. Again, for those that are uninitiated with trading, each candle here represents price action of the day. Again, I point out to this large green candle here. If it's green, that means it started low and finished high, making it a green candle, a green day. And if it's red, that means it started high and finished low. So this is just showing you the battle between the bulls and the bears. So every trade idea that I give you is just my idea. This is not financial advice directed at you, just things that I'm looking at and trade ideas that I personally myself will take. Now, for those that watched yesterday's video, you would have saw that I talked about the QQQ having 1, 2, 3, 4 days up in a row. I would expect a push down and a rally up. It's going to take some time. And that's exactly what we got. We got a push down and a bounce. I gave you a very specific level. Let me show you on the screen just for those that don't remember. Boom. You'll see all these little lines. But what did I tell members and what did I tell you here? I said if we got down in here to this 468 to this 466, this is where you want to buy the QQQ. If you bought down here, you got a massive rally. The low was 466. You would have got well over a $5 move on this trade here, which is massive, especially if you're buying options, call options. If you don't know what those are, come join us. We explain that to you later. But that's where you got a massive bounce. So I'm going to reiterate again today the level of 468. There is a higher risk level that I like around 470. It's the same levels that I gave out yesterday. I said I like 470 if it was to break that, but I would look for 468 to 466. Those are my levels today. However, if we break these levels today, this yellow line here today, we cannot hold it. Okay, I would look for a move to 462 to 458 down here. Those are the real levels, but I don't. That's the big level for today. I don't see us doing that, but if we were, that's where I'd be looking, 458 to 460 if we got a push down. Otherwise, we're up to the upside. I see us having upside way up here. We're going to run eventually to the 488s, to the 490s eventually. Okay, we're going to stop along the way, pause along the way. Barring some information from the president on more tariff information, I don't know what we're going to do. The market could just keep rallying really high up. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. You don't have a crystal ball. Nobody knows what the president is going to say. However, I'm just looking at the charts and the price action that it gives us. I trade with the charts. Now, with my hearts, I don't care what it's doing. I try to be emotionless. Okay, and I just try to trade the levels. If it's at my level, I'm taking it. If I have the price action, I'm taking it. Simple as that. So we're looking for 468, 466. Again, I reiterate that level today on the Qs. If you took that yesterday, man, you could have made money. It went. I mean, look at it. It just went there to the T, just like right in there, and got a massive bounce. But we got earnings. So we got this S&P 500. Let me just make this a little less busy as well. You'll see, again, the God candle, the green candle started low, finished high on April 9th. And we just chopped around and we had 1, 2, 3, 4 days up. And guess what? Yesterday, even though it's a red candle, was a green day. We finished up, what did we finish up? 21 cents on the SPY for a green day. So we've had 5 days in a row up. What I like is we had hit some resistance. We got so close to this downsloping trend line. So I have this purple line, which has been up here every day I do these lives. So we're just battling with this resistance level here, okay? Again, I'm going to reiterate the same levels that I like for long today. And look at this. These were on the screen yesterday. I said 544. We got right there and then caught a bounce, a massive bounce. If you're patient enough to wait for it, you could have made a lot of money on that trade. So these levels, I reiterate again today. Now, if it was to flush down, of course, we'd be looking around the 424s. 524, we'd be looking for a level right around here. But barring a breakdown in the market today, I personally would be looking for these levels here. There's a higher risk level that I like, which is around 548. Okay, so I'd be looking for that. So a dip down there in the first 30 minutes of the day. If it gave us that, that's where I would look, 548. And that's an interesting level. But let's get on to, we got a lot of earnings going on. So let me go through some of these charts here. First one up is Spotify. So Spotify is down about 6.7%. So it's down $40. Let's see where we've come from. Let's just zoom out. Let's just zoom out on this stock and do it live. You know, this has been on a rally mode. Let's just be clear. This thing has just been going from the bottom left. We've had some in the past. We were up a little higher. We got to about 350 and we sold off. But we've gone from what, $70 to 650 is the all-time high. So we're just down $100 from the all-time high. That's a nothing burger in terms of risk. So we got a lot of downside risk to this stock. If we was to get moving to the downside, I have a level that I like, that I'd be watching. My level is 500. What level did I say? Did I draw it on here? I forgot to draw it. So let me draw it here with my yellow line. I have a level, I think I said 544. So right here today, I like with the level, if it really got moving to the downside, would be right here, 508. So I got to watch it. I don't know if it's going to hit. It could hit the 540 level. That's probably pretty much in the cards. Okay, 540 should be hit today. I'm going to be watching it. Doesn't mean I'm going to take 540. Okay, 543, but I'll be watching it around 540, 543. That's interesting. That doesn't mean that's going to be the level I take. You know, but I will be looking for it. I have another level around 530, I think it is. So I'm going to look there. And we're going to watch how it gets into it. But Spotify is on the watch list today. JKS, this is a JKS Holding Solar Company. It's down 4 and some change. It's a $17 stock. But let me just zoom out and show you where we've come from. We've come from a pretty far drop, okay? So we're down from $80 to $90. We're down quite a lot, okay? Some 70% off the all-time high. So depending on what the fundamentals of the company is, I don't know. I don't look into that on a regular, on like JKS. I don't know, okay? But what I'm telling you right now is that we have earnings today is down 4%. So let's see what it's going to do. Level for me would be around this double bottom, 14 bucks. So I would look for a pierce of 13 bucks. But we got to see what it does when it comes out. I do not know. I am not planning on trading it today, but it's of interesting. It makes me want to look at First Solar. I would rather trade First Solar than JKS. So when I look at JKS, it's just kind of flat. Yesterday was flat. It's up 13 cents right now. It's just a nothing burger, but we've come down. I like this stock generally in the 130s, middle to 130s. And then we could play that again. This one's down from the all-time high. This all-time high is somewhere like 300 bucks, I think it was. I remember when it got up to 300 bucks a couple months ago in June last year. I was telling member, I was like, this stock is going to tank. And then I remember when it got there in September, I said, this is going to tank. Always does and always will. So as we get down here, it gets interesting. Sub 100, I like it for a swing trade. But up here for a day trade, I will be watching if volatility comes into the market on FSLR. Again, we have UPS with earnings. It's actually up 2%. I thought it was down. Did it release its earnings? Earnings are out. Yes. Let's have a look. I thought it was, let's look at the pre-market. Okay, so earnings, it popped on earnings and scrolled down a little bit. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Levels today for me, I think it's going to pop and drop. So I'm not going to really trade this stock. I wouldn't be trading it today unless it got sub. I think if we got sub 95. So sub 95 here. Oof, that's not what I want. I want sub 95. Call it $94. Call it 90. Yeah, call it 94.80. Something like that. I like it right around there for today. So I will be watching that. I'll put a little alert around 96. Let's see if we get that today. SoFi, another stock that's had earnings. It's popping up. It's not that we can miss it. You know, the only problem with it, we're near all-time highs, and I don't like trading stocks that are at or near all-time highs. I'd be looking for a pullback on this thing. One thing that's really, really cool, and I noticed, I don't know when I graphed this, but I had looked at it today, and I said, wow, look at this purple line. Look how it got very close and tagged it and bounced. But I had zoomed out, and I must have drawn this line. I don't know when I drew it, but you got this high, these highs here, and they drew a line straight through it. And if you draw it properly, knowing that, it got right there and bounced off of that support line